What's up, everybody? This is Jarrett from Bowling for Soup.
Hey, this is Samuel Zell. How are you guys doing?
Hi, this is Frank Turner.
And I am Mega Ran.
And you are lucky enough to be listening to Upside Down Shark Radio.
Yeah, be upside down. Don't worry about it.
Welcome to episode 77 of Upside Down Shark Radio right here at youtube.com/Upside Down Shark and UpsideDownShark.com. This is the alternative pop culture podcast where we talk about video games, movies, TV shows, music, comic books, whatever's been happening in the week. We'll talk about it, chew it over, digest it, then probably poo it out. But I don't know where I'm going with that analogy, but I think I'm going to stop. Make sure to follow us on all the social links. All of the links are in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of those cool places. We even have a Twitch that's just about to start, so head to UDS Games to be on the ground floor for that. But without further ado, my name is Tom. I am one of your hosts, joined by my partner in crime. The man that's so nice they named him once. Craig Bourne. How you doing, Craig?
I'm alright. How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm very tired, as you can probably tell. This is the second take of this. I think the second take was better than the first.
Fire that producer is what I'm thinking. God, what are they doing?
That's why you should never have two jobs. How you been this week? What have you been up to?
Should you have two jobs? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we are currently live on YouTube, so if you want to engage with us, then hit us up in the comments below. We'll be checking them intermittently throughout the show.
I will engage you. Make me a happy woman.
Oh, I thought you meant in hand-to-hand combat. We took that in two very different ways.
Fight! How have I been this week? I've been busy. Really busy.
Been a busy.
Like Mario would say, I've been a busy.
Of course.
Yeah, just chipping away at life. Of course, everything was dropped Friday when Crash Team Racing came along.
Of course.
Into everyone's lives.
You can check out our review of that at UpsideDownShark.com, and on this YouTube channel I have done a video version and a written version to accommodate for the needs of both.
I thought you were going to say. So what actually happened was Tom wrote it and he wrote, "There's not enough Tom here. Too many Toms, too many Toms.
We need three many Toms."
Tom-Toms. My poor Tom-Tom.
Tom.
How have you been this week?
I've been good. I've been tired. I've been busy. I have been slaving away this weekend making some videos.
So what Tom did was he voiced his opinion in a video form, and then he was like, I still don't think there's enough Tom here, but that'll have to do for now. Isn't that right?
There's just not enough. I mean, we've got too many Toms now. The Crash Team Racing one is the first one, but we've got some more coming out hopefully next weekend as well. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good. As you say, Crash Team Racing has basically been my video game life for the past few days. It is so good. I'm sure we're going to talk about it a little bit later.
Should we stream some of that Thursday for a little bit?
Yeah, it could be a good idea.
Yeah, me and you. I'm not going to go easy on you if that's.
Well,
I completed it yesterday. Just
did you actually already?
Not so. It's just the first boss run through. Not the all the relics, all the extra stuff to get the final boss. But yes, I beat Nitrous Oxide. Such a cheap race. He's not even fast. He just throws out weapons constantly, and he goes before the green light. Who does that?
That's cheating.
That is
unscrupulous tactics.
Unscrupulous.
But yes, I am. As I said in my review, it's not often that a remaster, or in this case a rebuild of a game, really instills the feeling of playing it for the first time back in the 90s. Like the Crash remaster and the Spyro ones, they're both really good, enjoying both, but you can tell it's a remaster. That nostalgic feeling, it doesn't feel quite right, but this just hits it right on the head.
Right on the spot.
You can tell it was made with a lot of love and reverence for the original. You can tell that Beanox, who were the developers, were big fans of the original CTR.
I thought you said we're going to talk about this later.
Yeah, but stuff happens, doesn't it?
Tell you what, you can't drive in Crash Team Racing.
What?
A Segway.
Yet. It's not DLC yet. Good segue, though.
So let's this TomTom Club go away to the first thing we're talking about this week,
which is Avengers Endgame.
Is it?
Craig,
is it? Okay.
We talked about that 2 months ago when it came out.
We constantly talked about Avengers since starting this podcast. Surely we can't talk about it anymore. What are we going to talk about?
I can't believe they got the ring to Mordor.
I can't believe that he drove the DeLorean back home.
I can't believe that Jon Snow, Daenerys.
I can't believe that Luke was his father.
Spoilers. So Avengers.
You can't think of any more, can you? Don't be honest.
Otherwise, it'd just go on forever. It'd just go on forever. So Avengers Endgame was out in cinemas, I believe, at the tail end of April. It came out.
That sounds right.
I think that's right. And it was pretty good. I thought it's like not bad.
Yeah,
Solid 5 out of 10.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
ups and its
out of
downs.
all similar ilks, personally preferred Jupiter Ascending, but that's just me.
Charming Taint Man.
And Milo Kunis.
You did what?
So why are we talking about it now, Craig?
Because I can't believe it's not butter.
That's going to age well for the audio listeners.
We're talking about it because Marvel have decided, hey, we like money. Let's just put 5 minutes of extra stuff in there.
I'm going to have to correct you
re-release
there.
it. Okay,
It's 6 minutes.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I was just joking.
No, it's
I
6
pulled that
minutes.
number out of my
No, it is.
bottom.
It is increased the runtime by 6 whole minutes, and the Russo brothers have said that it does not play any consequence to the plot. So yes, so Endgame is out in cinemas yet again with a slightly extended cut that apparently adds nothing, but it's there. So if you didn't see it the first time round, you can see it again. I am actually tempted to see it for a third time because it was just so good in the cinema.
Is there like an outtakes reel afterwards, or?
I don't know if I have a feeling one of them might be an end credits scene.
Okay.
But there is people have sort of put 2 and 2 together as to why this is the case.
It's not just because they want to beat the Avatar
That
record thing, is
that
it?
is pretty much
That's
it.
such a weird thing. Just they want to be the biggest film of all time.
It's quite a good marketing strapline to say the biggest movie of all time.
This is that it gets a home release.
Something like that. I was actually trying to look it up earlier when the scheduled Blu-ray/DVD release of Endgame is.
Because Captain Marvel still isn't out yet, and that was
That's weird, isn't it?
Yes. So maybe there's still a little bit more time, but like everyone's already heard of this film. But do they really need to re-release it to break a record?
Apparently so. Apparently
Okay.
so. But yeah, it's
How many? So it's usually 16 weeks after it releases. Just you usually save these things for Blu-ray releases, as Neale says rightly. But
Yeah.
they just maybe have a few more snippets to put in, and this is how people gonna eat that stuff up, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm as guilty as that as anyone. Like, I will probably go and see it again, and I know that the ulterior motive is very obviously to be the biggest movie of all time.
So I'll probably watch it again as well.
But that's the thing. Like, I'm not too salty about it because Avatar is not a good movie, and Endgame is, so it probably deserves to be up there more.
I saw what was the one before it? Infinity War.
War.
Yeah, I saw that 2 or 3 times in the cinema. I only watched Endgame once.
I've seen
Because of
Endgame twice.
the length of that film, man.
I
And now it's even longer, so they want you to go.
because
Oh my God.
I think it's honestly more spectacular that a film that no one really remembers all that much, despite being only a decade old, is still the top of that list. That is true, Neale. It's easy for me to say. It's strange. 2 minutes. Neale in the chat has said, it's weird that Avatar because... I'm going to start that again. It's weird with Avatar because I think it's honestly more spectacular than a film that no... I think with Avatar, it was mainly the international markets. I think it was like ginormous in China back in a time when they weren't really...
The 3D thing as well.
Yeah, it was the first one to really adopt that, and not many films were getting shown in China at the time, so I don't think you had much choice. So...
But what can you do? I mean...
Pandora. Because that's really what I think the people want. Sam Worthington is a treasure.
I'm looking forward to Spider-Man, though. Should be good.
What, Far From Home?
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes out in a week or two.
It's going to be what it's going to be. Hopefully, if they beat Avatar, that means we can finally stop talking about Avatar.
I'm just can't wait for there to be a fully extended universe where we just hear all the adventures of Jake's.
Yeah.
12th of July, I'm going to say.
I'm going to say 5th.
I'm going to put my hat on
I'm going
that.
to say 5th.
Let us know in the comments
Let's
when Spider-Man Far From
bet a
Home
Pepsi
comes.
Max on it. There we go. I'm going to say 5th. Do you reckon they'll release Avengers before that? Because they're getting pretty close now.
It's a good question. No, I don't think so.
No.
I think it will be end of July, start of August.
Do you reckon there'll be a post-credit scene in Spider-Man?
I would be surprised if there wasn't.
Okay, last question. Do you think that Jake Gyllenhaal's character is actually from a different universe, or he's just, pulling on someone's cape.
I think he is pulling on the proverbial cape.
Okay.
I think that Mysterio is known as a bit of a trickster, and this is just one of his tricksters.
The Waluigi of the Spider-Man world.
You've heard it here first.
It's going to be like one of those just what in wrestling where it's just like this person's definitely going to turn on this person. Everyone's just waiting for that. But I like to, I would like to see something different happen. So we'll wait and see.
Yes, I just think the multiverse thing, they've got to do it carefully, otherwise it could get real silly real fast.
Well, I thought, right, multiverse, what if we got Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in the next Spider-Man film, like a multiverse thing? Wouldn't that be cool?
As long as they have Post Malone's Sunflower as the soundtrack.
I mean, that should just be playing constantly in the background. Tom sometimes edits videos and it's got the same track going over and over and over again. So just do that with Sunflower in that back of that film.
You are a sunflower.
And then Hero as the intro. By Chad Kroger.
Yes! Brilliant idea.
Sometimes people forget about that song, but then I remind them and their life gets happier. Can you do a full episode on what you think Avatar 2 will be about? Nope.
We'll take it under advisement.
Nope. Bring it up at the next meeting. What else we got to talk about?
So there's a new Harry Potter game for mobile.
Wizards Unite!
Taking the world at storm. So this is basically the Harry Potter equivalent of Pokemon Go. Instead of catching Pokemon, you catch Foundables. And
my favourite thing in Harry Potter.
And then there's things called Confoundables. Basically, to give some context, I have played Pokemon Go for a sum total of probably about a week back in 2016 when it was really hot. Then I got real bored of it. So these games probably aren't for me, it's fair to say. But I thought, given that it's basically the biggest video game property of the week at the moment, other than CTR, I'd give Wizards Unite a go. And it's all right. It's not terrible. It seems to be a little bit more robust and have a few more things to do than Pokemon Go did, certainly at launch. I haven't really dipped in since they've done all the updates of Pokemon Go. But if you're a fan of the Harry Potter series, I can see that it would be sort of the closest sort of AR experience to being a real wizard. They seem to have brought in a lot of references to the old movies and books as well. So if sort of you're a long time fan, then there's all those little Easter eggs talking of Avengers and such and throwbacks. So yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of the series, I would definitely give it a go. But of those sort of games where you, what would you call them? Just like AR walking experiences.
Yeah, I would catch them all.
The Jurassic World Alive is still my favourite.
There was a Ghostbusters one as well.
I did not know that was the case.
Yeah.
Have you ever played or enjoyed any of these games?
I have a similar story to you, Tom, except mine's more tragic.
Oh God, go on.
When Pokemon Go was released, it was the first. It was also around the same point. Your friend Craig got Apple Music. Your friend Craig was naive, and his naivete cost him all of his data. So he didn't have any internet on his phone because he forgot to turn off Do Not Download over 3G. That was the same week that Pokemon Go came out. So everyone was having fun, catching their Rattatas, their Caterpies, their Weedles, whilst Craig was just using his phone to listen to podcasts about depression and being by himself.
Good Lord. Dobbie has just joined the chat at exactly the right time.
I got my data 3 weeks later, but by that point, people weren't really...
You were past it.
It wasn't... Yeah, I was like, I've been without it. I don't really care enough. So that was Pokemon Go for me.
In this manic world, a week is too much, isn't it?
It is. What did I even do last week? Oh, I saw Tesla. That's what I did.
Oh, yes, you did, which you can see the review of at UpsideDownShark.com. But yeah, with Pokemon Go, the big difference between the way that I suppose you call, in this case, Pokemon, but Foundables in the Harry Potter one, the things you catch. Pokemon, they're a little bit more static, so sometimes you would have to go further afield or to places that might have been a bit awkward to get to catch something that you particularly want, particularly if it's a rare thing. Whereas Harry Potter, Wizards Unite, and Jurassic World Alive, it's a little bit more procedurally generated. If there's something that you see that you think, oh, I really wish I could have that, you can just turn it off, turn it on later and it'll be somewhere else. So
No, I probably don't have the data that Niantic have based on, real life places and stuff.
generated in that you can just turn it off for half an hour or so, turn it back on, and there may be things to catch right outside where you are.
That's cool.
And so that means that you're not so tied to going to places that either are a little bit more antisocial or places that you probably don't want to go to. By Niantic as well.
Is it really?
Yeah, this
I
is
didn't know that.
Yeah, the only one who isn't Niantic is Jurassic World.
Oh, okay.
yes.
Or Ghostbusters.
Or Ghost. Oh, I don't know anything about this. You could be making this up for all I know.
And Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where you go out and, try to capture all the...
Oh, I'd play that.
vampires.
I'd definitely play that. As long
Did
as
you-
Nerf heard they were doing the
Did
theme.
you like Angel? It was right, wasn't it?
What, Angel?
Yeah,
The
the
TV show?
spin-off.
I never watched Angel.
Oh, do you not?
No.
It was for mature audiences.
Mature.
Harry Potter is okay franchise. I always preferred Lord of the Rings myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. I would say that the whole magic fantasy aesthetic didn't sit as well for me as the sci-fi aesthetic, hence why Star Wars has always been my thing. And as soon as we have a Star Wars AR catch 'em thing, that's going to be my jam.
You will be the ultimate Star Warrior.
The Star Whore of wherever we live. I can't remember if we've ever established that.
Are you going to do your let us know in the comments below?
Of what?
Harry Potter. Tell us if it's good.
Let us know if you've enjoyed Harry Potter Wizards Unite in the comments below.
There we go.
End quote.
I'm not going to try it because I'm too blizzy. I'm too
bli-
blizzy playing
blizzy,
real
blizzy,
video
blizzy.
games. So busy I can't even talk,
Like
yo.
Candy Crush and Flappy Bird.
It's a saga. Candy Crush. We don't talk about it. I don't think you get Flappy Bird anymore since they...
You can get all the clones.
Oh, okay. Like Flappy Shark.
Do you remember when just as they took Flappy Bird off the App Store, people were selling their iPhones with it installed for like 10 grand.
That was stupid.
So
what a
stupid.
time we lived in.
2014 was a hell of a year.
Should have done that. Was it 2014?
It was
Wow,
2014.
so many years ago. Ah.
And then Super Mario
What
Bros. Battle Royale returns as DMCA Royale. I've not heard about this. You may have to fill me in.
So someone made a game called Mario Battle Royale. And what's going on?
Apparently we're a little bit out of sync. But
Hey, that's just the magic that we have here.
Do 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 do. Craig forgot to sync up the stream.
Tell if it's before or after, so I can change it later. So there was a game called Mario Battle Royale, and then Nintendo. Actually, I think it was a bit popular, and then news sites started covering it. So obviously, Nintendo went after it. They took down Mario Battle Royale. So they changed it to DMCA Battle Royale because obviously Nintendo gave them a DMCA notice.
That sounds like something Nintendo would do.
So now this game just looks like they went find, replace, and they took out all the palettes and then just replaced them with generic ones. Took out all the Mario sound effects and replaced them with Atari ones, and called it
Fantastic.
DMCA Battle Royale. What you have to do is get to the end of the level, or just them being bad at the game. The catch is that you all have to try and start off with 100. All try and get through as many levels as you can. The items only work once per stage.
That sounds really fun. Nintendo should make something like that.
They should, yes. Well, have I got the game for you? DMCA Royale
With cheese.
with cheat. Although, because there's no background music, it is just enemies that come at you.
Mm-hmm.
The way you kill other people, though, is by getting an invincibility star, and also by making them fall into holes.
They've wangled their way through Nintendo's red tape to do that.
The red tape.
Because there was that Pokemon fan-made one. It was green something or other, which, like, apparently by all accounts, all of the early testers said it was fantastic. Like a really good.
Same Atari jump noise, like bloop, bloop, bloop,
That's
bloop,
basically
bloop,
Mario.
bloop. Yes. So I don't think DMCA Battle Royale will be going down anytime soon. So give it a shot.
Fingers crossed. It sounds like they've kind of Pokemon game using all of the original Pokemon assets, and then they were just like, nah, you can't do it, and you literally can't get it anywhere anymore. So
I don't know why. Like, if you're okay, I guess you're a fan of video games. You want to start making them, so you make them with what you know and what you love. But if you do it on a Nintendo property, you know that's going down, right?
They're more militant on that than anyone else.
Well, last year? They took down 2 of the biggest emulation ROM sites, didn't they?
MU's Paradise or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, which is annoying because that's where I got them all for my Raspberry Pi after I obviously legally purchased them first.
Well, if you legally purchased them, you made your own private dumps for your own.
Craig, no one needs to know about my private dumps. So track of the week this week is Not Your Girlfriends with New Kids in America. This is the title track of their brand new EP. Longer because Craig, are you ready?
Almost. I need my timer. Okay.
Are we ready? Are we ready? Is the timer ready?
Hype it up a bit more. Go on. I want to hear more hype. Go on.
So you've heard Kids in America, a collaboration essentially in the writing process between them and Jarrett from Bowling for Soup, friend of the show, Bowling for Soup. And if you're a fan of Bowling for Soup, it is fantastic. Highly recommend it, but you won't have to take my word for it for much, which I can't remember the original artist. But this is the New Kids in America. So you know it's better. It's like New Cola. Nothing wrong with it. You ready?
I'm gonna. That was awful. I'm putting it right now.
This is New Kids in America by Not Your Girlfriends. Check it out.
Kids in America. Watching all the clicks, they go on for days. The bell rings and you follow the maze. Haven't you heard about the latest craze? It's a bona fide attempt to unite the cliches. Ignorance is bliss, but knowledge is power. Bullies blowing up like they pay by the hour. The view is good from outside the box. What's fascinating like it's chicken pox. Sunny days turn into rain on parade. And we're here to say, 'cause we're the new kids in America. You can find us on social media. We did the trend and no one ever had it fun. Spread throughout the land, affecting everyone. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? We're just here to try to make a scene, but not the kind of scene that you think we mean. We didn't come here to bother anyone. Just shred and have some fun. Stereotype, not a stereotype. And when I wrote that line, I dropped the mic. Sunny days turn into rain on parade. And we're here to say, 'cause we're the new kids in America. You can find us on social media. We did the trend and no one ever had it fun. Spread throughout the land, affecting everyone. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Never know what is real. Never know what is real. 'Cause we're the new kids in America. You can find us on social media. We're the new kids in America. You can find us on social media. Sunny days turn into rain on parade. And we're here to say, 'cause we're the new kids in America. You can find us on social media. We did the trend and no one ever had it fun. Spread throughout the land, affecting everyone. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? From here.
Hi, this is Frank Turner, and you are lucky enough to be listening to Upside Down Shark Radio.
And that was Not Your Girlfriends with New Kids in America. Make sure to check out their website and all their social links. We've stuck them in the description below. That was some poppy bangers, was it not, Craig?
I am popped out.
Two popped, two you dropped.
That's me. That's me.
That was good. I like that song.
Yes. Fun.
You can hear the Bowling for Soup influence for sure, can't you?
Yes. Yes, I could. And we all like pop punk, don't we?
We do. It's a veritable pop-punk pizza party of a podcast.
Country was built on.
Pop and rock, pop punk. We built this city. We built this city on pop punk. Why are you doing the air horn?
Because it's time for a new segment, which I didn't clear with you before we started.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, it's a slow news week, so what's it time for, Tom?
You have to fill me in.
It's time for the new releases this week.
Okay.
So,
That's not quite as hype as the air horn led me to believe.
do you want more air horn?
No, thank you.
So, today, which is Monday, June 27th, we have Heavy Rain for PC, and we have Uzuran Tales Trials for Switch. We have Devil May Cry for Switch. We have Oresco Reference
Easy
for
of you
Mac
to say.
and PC. And we have All Would Cry Beware on Mac and PC.
I've heard of one of them.
Tomorrow, which is Tuesday, June 25th, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night for Switch, which, is pretty good, apparently. Judgment for PS4, which is a Yakuza spin-off, if you're interested in that sort of thing.
I've never played it, but...
Car Mechanic Simulator for PS4, Xbox One. Monster Jam Steel Titans for PS4 and Xbox One. Wii, The Revolution for PS4, Xbox One and Switch.
I do mean it's coming out for the Wii.
Super Neptunia RPG for Switch. World of Warcraft, some expansion called Rise of Azura, Mac and PC. How are you feeling?
Neale said, Craig, say those things again, but do it twice as fast. Please don't.
We still have some games ready for the rest of the week.
Okay, do them twice as fast.
On Wednesday, we have Victoria's Mysteries from Woman in White. Wednesday, we have Victoria Mysteries, Woman in White for PC. Thursday, June 27th, The Sinking City comes to the PC, the PS4, and the Xbox One. I'm going to do some fighting on Samurai Showdown, PS4, PC, Switch, and Xbox One. Whirlwind for Switch, Xbox One.
I can't do it with a straight face, Craig.
Wartech Fighters for Switch and Xbox One. Sega Ages Virtual Racing for Switch. Sega Ages Wonder Boy Monsterland for Switch.
Wonder Boy?
What is the secret of your power? And Friday is the big day because F1 2019 comes out for PC, PS4 and Xbox One. But Super Mario Maker 2 comes out for the Switch.
Yeah, that looks good.
I'm glad that we can be here to be very informative for you all.
Upside Down Shark, always informative. How many of those am I going to buy, Neale? I'm going to buy Super Mario Maker 2 because there is a story mode version in there, which is basically a brand new Mario game.
You love your new content.
I do love
I've
new
always
content.
said that about
Hashtag
you.
all the content.
So, Tom.
Yes.
What's next?
Well,
let me stop you there, Tom, because this Friday, coming to cinemas near you, is Annabelle Comes Home. Directed by Gary Doberman. He's my favourite sort of hound. And starring Patrick Wilson.
So I'm presuming this is another Conjuring movie.
I don't know. I'd never watched the Annabelle films. I'm a big fan of them. Also, I couldn't really find any album releases. So if there are any, please leave them in the comments below.
An album I can recommend is Dinosaur Pile-Up's new
Was
album.
it out this week?
I believe it was out a week before last.
Then throw it out. It doesn't count.
Just
Get
go and
out
listen
of
to
here.
it. Just go and listen to it.
Get album of the year.
Top 3, I would say.
Okay.
It's really good.
I did hear one of their songs, and it's toe tapping fun. That's a good review. Put it on the back of the disc.
Toe tapping fun. That's the latest death metal album.
If you like that segment where we were very bad at listing off the release dates, then tell us and we'll do it again next week. We will do it again. We will do it again next week. You can guarantee that.
Thank you. It was last week for Dinosaur Pile-Up.
What?
Dinosaur Pile-Up was last week, apparently.
Okay, well, we missed it. We missed it. If you're going to go see Annabelle, let us know because
I'm not gonna go
scared. Got scared of girls.
It was scary. Although Lana T. Lou has said we should do a horror segment.
That'd be too scary. What does my air horn say to a horror segment?
Okay, so you put a thing in the docket to talk about Cadence of Hyrule, but I believe we talked about that last week. Have you played it since?
No, I haven't. Have you?
Yes.
Okay. Where's that copy of Breath of the Wild you said I could borrow?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You never
Okay.
reminded me.
Oh, okay.
It's just to wrap up. Cadence of Hyrule is great.
You finished it.
Not yet.
Okay.
I never really finished.
It does look. I from what I do prefer the 2D Zeldas for some reason. I don't know sure why that is.
Breath of the Wild is still my favorite. I've always tend to prefer the 3D ones because Ocarina of Time is very good as well. But I'm got the burps.
But yeah, I just wanted to check in with Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah, it's really good.
We've had some solid games here, and
Excuse me.
what
We just got to show the comment that's been held for review. Carry on.
for you audio listeners, he's getting up and just tapping the laptop.
Tap.
So I just wanted to check in. We've had a few good releases over the last few weeks, and I somehow got caught up in the hype for CTR.
Yeah, that's sort of made it sure everything else takes a backseat for a little while at least. Have you played online again?
Are we going to talk about CTR? Is this?
Let's just talk about the online. Have you played the online yet?
I have.
How is it?
It was fine for me. When I launched it, it came with a patch straight away, and I have just been, I've been playing. When I go in the story mode, I get to a point where I'm like, this is just irritating me. I can't get any further because they don't rubber band you like Mario Kart do.
No, it is a lot more skill.
There is, so you can just be in first for the whole race, and then all of a sudden, one missile, one bomb, and you're in last, and you finished 5 seconds later. Irritating.
I know, but it does mean that you can't have these scrubs that are just,
The scrub.
picking it up for the first time and then get a lucky blue shell and go right to the front. You got to get good.
Got to get good, son.
Especially with those sliding mechanics.
So yes, I've been playing the story mode. When I can't get to the story mode any further, I go on online. I've gotten third and second.
Very well done.
For those of you that are wondering, if you get second or third and it's an 8-player match, you get so many coins. It's really worth going for it, and because the unlockables are pretty good, And
It really does add an extra layer to the game.
And it's fun unlocking all the stuff.
So we're big fans of CTR, I think it's fair to say.
I would say that, yes.
So with that in mind, we're halfway through the year now, and it's a good time to take stock at what's come for the past 6 months.
Yep.
And see what the best and the worst has been. And we like to, advocate positivity. So what would
Okay.
you say your top video games are of 2019 so far, 2019?
What was the game that you said was going to be Game of the Year when...
I believe
in
that
the
was
title?
Wargroove.
Wargroove, that sounds
Wargroove.
right. How are you finding Wargroove?
I never played Wargroove. That
Okay.
was a Neale pick.
Okay, well, I don't... Is that still in the running?
Sure. Neale, is Wargroove any good? Let us know in the comments below, please.
It's been a funny year because I basically purchased Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and
Did that came out this year?
it didn't. I got it cheap. It was last year's release, and I've just been playing that for most of the year. And what I've been doing, it's really hard to concentrate when you just got people saying "dick" in the comments the whole time.
Demonetized.
Such a good environment we're growing.
The
here.
Shark Tank is great. It's fully sharking.
Fully sharking. I can't really think of any big releases though for me, like that I have played this year. Have you got any?
CTR for sure. What else has come out this year?
It's hard. It's hard.
Well, I will Google now.
Thank you, Dobbie, for reminding me that Kingdom Hearts 3 came out this year. That's not going to be on my top games list because that game was so Kingdom Hearts. That was
It was
too
very
Kingdom
weeby.
Hearts.
Okay, so we've got Apex Legends. I think
Okay.
that should be considered because it was quite...
How much Apex Legends you played?
I've played a few matches.
Okay.
I've not won any. Tetris 99.
Tetris, yeah, I do like a good Tetris.
Mortal Kombat 11's
I
fun.
do like a good Mortal Kombat. These are all good. Oh, Days Gone, people like that.
Yeah, I haven't played that.
No.
Wargroove's on there.
That must be
Resident Evil 2 Remaster. That looked really good.
yeah, I
Sekiro. Gears 5's not out yet. Rage 2 looked good. Never played it. Cadence of Hyrule. I'd say that was one of my favorite games of the year so far.
What is your favourite game of the year so far?
Probably the one that I'm sort of.
Devil May Cry?
I've never played a Devil May Cry game. I'd say the game that I've picked up and I've just been like, yes, that is a game that I can see myself playing for a good long while has been CTR. I would say so far. Obviously, I think, again, I don't know enough. I don't think anyone knows enough about it just yet to really make a judgment. But I think Death Stranding, when it comes out on November 8th, will be the one that takes the...
Ladder Simulator 2019.
Norman Reedus and his dirty little fetus.
His name's Sam Bridges. Do you get it? Sam Bridges. He's bridging over.
Zorak 1993 has said that Harry Potter Wizards Unite is his game of the year so far.
And we got more people this year, so the Sharkies are going to be even more fun.
Oh God, that was such an effort to edit last year.
Maybe I'll have someone on my side this time that won't give up and actually makes the right choice.
You can complain all you want. The game of the year officially, as
In the
nominated
books.
by Upside Down Shark, was Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm not bitter. I haven't actually played that this year.
Have you not?
No, I even played Grand Theft Auto a few nights ago.
Did you?
Still holds up. Still pretty good.
Yeah, I think they'll leave it until the next console generation, until
Well, the
6.
One of the Rockstar Hauser brothers, I believe, was on quote saying that he believes it is hard to parody what is going on in the world right now, because if you know the politics and stuff like that going on, what can you say about it that isn't already
terrifying?
Yes.
Well, that's why Ubisoft have kind of been trying to toe the safety line with all of their stuff.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
That's how you say it as well, isn't it? Ubisoft. Yeah, it's weird. Some people pronounce that weird.
What, Ubisoft?
Yeah.
Ubisoft.
I don't. Maybe for you. My feelings.
Nice. So the only other thing we have on the docket is one for our good friend Neale Upton. Neon Genesis Evangelion is now on Netflix as of last Friday.
Cool.
And I haven't watched it since it's been on Netflix, but I've heard that there's been a little bit of controversy because they've effectively redone all of the dubbing.
It has, yes. The licensing, I believe. Basically, the reason why this was such a big deal that it came to Netflix in the first place was because of the licensing, and some people didn't think that would ever, be released officially in the American, European lands. But Netflix made sure that happened, and part of the original licensing deal was the voice actors, so they had to get new voice actors.
And I've heard a lot of people saying it's not too bad. Apparently, it's just the purists who are sort of complaining. But the thing is that a lot of the 90s anime dubs were a little... anyway, they were a little bit...
Goku!
I mean, my favourite dubbing of all time is, have you ever played House of the Dead 2 with the bad guy called Goldman?
No.
And I think it's meant to be like Goldman, but he's like, Goldman!
That's good.
I'll show you later. It's very good.
Because it happens. Dubbing is something that happens. The biggest deal I heard was that one of the lines that they say was like, instead of saying I love you, it was I like you, and it changed the dynamics, and that's one of those relationships that keeps going on in the show.
Our Neale, who I think it is fair to say is our resident Evangelion expert,
Yeah.
has said that it's still a classic, but they've changed a few things for the better. So,
But that means some for the worst as well. And I heard they changed the outro theme as well, which some people were not happy with.
well, the intro one is like the most iconic.
What was the last anime you probably watched, Tom?
That's a good question.
Would you watch? Are you going to watch Evangelion?
I will watch Evangelion.
It's the ease of it being on Netflix, isn't it?
That's the thing, because they did the rebuilds a few years ago. I think there's still one more that needs to come out. Just Evangelion 1.11, 2.22, 3.33, 4.44. And the first one of them is pretty beat for beat, just a remake of the first few episodes, and then it just goes off on a complete tangent after that. So they're good, but I think just because of the time I watched the originals, it's sort of they're the ones that I sort of take as canon. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm excited to rewatch it with like not the guilt of having to stream it illegally.
Guilt. Do you get guilt when you do that sort of thing?
Nowadays, this is a whole different issue, but I think that nowadays it's so easy to consume media legally. There is more of a sense of guilt, whereas sort of 10 years ago, a lot of things through various means you couldn't watch it.
With anime as well, it was seedier, especially like you paid £40 for 2 VHS tapes, which had 4 episodes on, you know? And as time's gone on, it's easier for all of us, which I think is for the better. I mean, the laws are a bit weird as well, because if we can't legally get it here in this country, how else would we consume it, you know?
Buying the £400 DVD secondhand on eBay.
Yeah, and getting it imported and then getting
Yeah.
even £400 import tax here. So, yes, I would recommend... let's do some quick animes that you'd recommend then.
Death Note was one of the first ones that got me into anime. Dragon Ball Z specifically. I remember watching that a lot as a kid.
15 episodes to go on the American dub.
And
Watched Broly last night.
was it good?
It's good. It's good music.
Even Yu-Gi-Oh! I know it's more aimed at kids, but I really enjoy, especially the movie. The movie is so good, so hype.
One Punch Man.
I've never watched that, but I'd like
on
to.
Netflix.
And
recommend
I've watched the first season of Attack on Titan. I haven't got the soundbite to put in the
Neo Yokio is good because you get to hear what's the guy from QI?
Stephen Fry.
Yeah, you get to hear him swear a
said
lot.
Alan Davis. I was going to say he hasn't been in an anime.
Yes, Stephen Fry. He's basically an annoyed head teacher, and he's just swearing the whole time. That was
brilliant.
Really yeah. I like Digimon. I think that's obvious. I'm in the middle of Black Lagoon.
Never heard of that.
It's about pirates,
That sounds cool.
and they're against Nazis, so that's pretty cool.
That is quite the juxtaposition. But let us know in the comments below what your favourite anime is, or if there's any that you would recommend, Neale.
Neil's a fake anime fan. We all know that at this point, right?
He's actually a Chad. He's
He's
only
a
ever
Chad.
into football and American football.
Boo! What do you mean? So he's not into soccer?
No, he's into football and American
Oh,
football.
okay. Do you mean soccer and American football?
Yes.
Okay, right.
Yes.
Akira. How do we forget that?
Akira is a classic, and Ghost of the Shell,
well,
and all of those.
aren't they
90s
doing the real life remake of Akira?
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they are doing that. Who's
Yeah.
playing Akira?
As people who are pop culture experts, take my official gamer card to authenticate this. We should know this
I
stuff.
don't think I've ever watched Akira.
I think they're having a Japanese cast as well, aren't they?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And they did do a live action version of Attack
Dragon
on
Ball.
Titan as
Oh,
well,
okay.
which wasn't weird. Last note on Evangelion before we wrap up on the show. If you're a fan of Evangelion and you want some more from the creators, I can't remember his name, unfortunately, but they directed a movie called Shin Godzilla a couple of years
I've heard
ago,
about that.
which is very, very good. It's a very, very good Godzilla movie. And if you can stand subtitles, then I would highly recommend it.
You can stand
You need subtitles.
Go.
Well, that's been episode 77 of Upside Down Shark Radio. Thank you very much for listening or watching wherever you've been, and thank you very much for the live chat,
Wherever
for
you've
joining
been.
in and making this show extra special this week. We'll be back next week with even more frivolity coming in your ears and into your eyeballs. But without further ado, make sure to follow us on Facebook, like us on Twitter, and all of the other things that we do. Without further ado, again, I have been Tom.
I am Craig from behind the camera.
And this is very sinisterly Upside Down Shark Radio. Thank you very much. See you soon. Goodbye.
Woo!